What's up, guys? I hope you can see me right now. We're just gonna fix this techie stuff, get all set up. Gonna invite Steven over here. I think we are good to go. All right. Let's see if we're all right. All right, guys, what's going on, everybody? I hope you guys can see me. I think so. Oh, there it is. We got viewers. Okay, we're live. Always have a hard time with this techie stuff. Still, I hope you guys are having a great day. Before we get started here, I'm just waiting for Steven to jump on. Steven's going to join us. Before we get started, guys, go ahead on the page where the video is hosted. There should be a link below that says get your Kartra trial here. Make sure you get that, please. It is essential for this training. Essential, not essential, essential for this training because that's where we're going to be building everything on. And I want, by the time everyone jumps on here, I want us to all be ready to go. So if you haven't yet, please go ahead, get your Kartra trial. It takes literally 2 minutes. You only need the most basic plan unless you have like an email list over 2,500 people. You only need the most basic plan, but it is essential for this training. So let me just see. Let me see. I'm just going to get Steven on here while you guys are doing that. We're just going to wait for some more people to jump on. The tune's back on too. The song is a jam. It's called Blinded. All right, I'm just going to get Steven on here. Steven said, yeah, I can see you. It's working. We're always so excited when we get this tech stuff working. It's tough. Oh, here we go. Add person. Duh. There we go. Okay, guys, if there's if you want to move over to the YouTube thing, because so the video's it's hosted on YouTube, but it's also we connected it to Kartra to host it on that page to make it look all sexy. If you don't if you want, you can jump over to the YouTube version, and then I'll actually be able to see you over there, and I can answer your questions. Yeah, actually that'd be good. One, you can jump over to the YouTube version, and then I'll actually. Hey, we did it! Look at us, man.
We made it happen.
Here we go, guys. If you're in the Kartra page right now, I'm going to show you how to jump over. So I'm going to share my screen here. If you're watching this on the Kartra page, oh my God, I'm going into Inception. Here we go. There's so many of me. I don't like this. All right, if you're in the Kartra page, here we are. Here we are. If you're watching me here, oh no, it's gonna sound crazy. Okay. All you do is you just start the broadcast over here, which you would already be doing, and click on this. Make sure you get your Kartra trial because I really don't want to wait for everyone to do that. And people are like, oh, how do I build a funnel? I don't have a software. Please get this because it's essential. In order to move over to the chat room, go ahead, press this little YouTube button right here. And here we go again. Okay, good. And then you should be able to watch the broadcast here. And even better, you should be able to put comments right here on the chat. So you should just be able to say, yo, there you go. Cool. And then we can answer questions and everything. How are we feeling, Steven? Good to go?
Good, yeah. I'm dropping some links in the group.
Good stuff. All right, guys. Steven, what do you say we get into it, huh?
Yeah. Give 1 more minute. I'm just going to post in this 14 Days of Freedom group.
Oh, nice. Oh, can you, Steven, can you broadcast to the ManyChat list of people who signed up for the notifications? Tom just sent me a message, said he's not seeing anything.
I already did that.
Tom, we're in here. I hope he's in here. I'm going to message him.
All right. Message through ManyChat, but also we send it out via email. but I'm just going to post it in the group too.
Good stuff. All right, guys. While Steven's doing that, we can get started on some basic things we're going to need here. So here's how this training is going to work. This is not some bullshit webinar where we're going to tell you our story. In fact, there's really no need for any sort of stories here. We're going to be building stuff out, all right? So we're going to actually be getting down and dirty and building some funnels. So first thing that we need to do before you build a funnel, you want to plan out your funnel. Kind of like before an architect takes all that time to build a building, they have the blueprint of the building, right? So that they can draw everything out and see everything from a big picture. So if you guys can go to this website, it's called realtimeboard.com. I'm going to put the link in the thing for you. realtimeboard.com. I'm not sure if you need to get a account, but it's free. Someone asked, is this video going to be available after today? Yeah, Steven, I believe we're recording this, right? This is recording.
It will be on YouTube for the rest of eternity, forever. Even if there was an atomic bomb that exploded the whole earth.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, you guys are stuck with us forever. Well, guys, go ahead and go to that link, realtimeboard.com. You might have to sign up for an account, but even if you do, it's free, so don't worry about anything. Just you need the free version, that's it. And then go to create a new board. And your screen should look like this. Let me show you. Let me show you. Like this. You should see a screen just like this.
Looks like there's a little bit of a lag. Good stuff. Okay, cool.
You too?
Cool.
All right, y'all. Make sure you go to Real-Time Board. Let's do this so we can communicate with each other. If you guys can type 1 in the chat box, that will let me know that we're all good to go and we're all moving here. So just type 1 after you've got your Kartra page open and after you've got Real-Time Board open. Just give me a 1 in the chat box, number 1, and let me know that you're good to go. We've got all sorts of ones in there. Good.
Oh, I think I got banned from the chat.
There's all sorts of ones going on.
Oh no, they banned me from the chat.
No way. Why?
Because I spammed messages.
Oh God. Okay.
Sorry guys, don't spam messages in the chat, otherwise I'll ban you real quick.
All right, guys. For those of you who are watching, if you're on the sexy looking page and you're not on YouTube, go to the bottom right of the video and click on the little YouTube button, the little YouTube icon, and it's going to take you over to the YouTube page. And that way, on the right side, you'll see the chat, and you can we can all get funky together. Make sure you do that so you can ask questions. Oh, you're good. All right, cool. Well, guys, let's jam out. This is let's have some fun here. Let's build some funnels. So we're going to be moving kind of fast because there's a lot to do, but I want you guys to ask questions as we go along so I can answer your questions as we go along, okay? Because I don't want anyone to get lost. With that being said, we are going to be moving kind of fast because there's a lot to do, okay? So basically, the first thing that we're going to be doing here is pull up Real-Time Board, all right? Now, I'm going to share my screen with you. And I'm going to show you how we map out all of our funnels. And Steven, feel free to interject, man. Like
totally.
Any comment you want to make, just you know what to do, homie. All right, guys. So we are here inside Real-Time Board now. Okay. Now, Real-Time Board is a really cool tool where we're able to map out funnels. So I'll show you a little example of what one of these looks like. This is one of our business models. We can map it out like this. This is one of our marketing campaigns over here. This is another marketing campaign, and you can zoom in and just see all this stuff. And it's really cool because you can draw out these shapes. Now, if this looks overwhelming to you, don't worry. This is a very advanced funnel. We actually, this is a business model. This is like a funnel, a super funnel that we build for people. So we have a service where we build funnels for people, and this is just like a layout of it. But basically, you can do all sorts of things in Real-Time Board. You can do you can map out your entire business models. You can map out funnels, you can do all sorts of stuff. But on this call, we're going to be going over how to do funnels, obviously, right? So I want everyone to get inside Real-Time Board, come to this little blank space here, and then go ahead and click on this little square over here, all right? You can click a square is usually what I use. and just drag and make your first little icon here, okay? So you should have this. You can click this circle over here and just color it in. I always like to do that. And then there you go. That is a square. Now this square represents a step in our funnel, okay? So before we get all crazy here on mapping out all different sorts of funnels, what funnels are you guys looking to build? Just write in the chat box. I'm building it for my weight loss company. I'm building it for my supplement company. I'm building it for my sales course. I'm building it for my, I don't know, whatever it is that your heart desires to sell. What are you building a funnel for? Just type in the chat box.
Yeah, guys, type it on in. The chat box is lit. For anybody who's not in the chat box right now, I got a couple messages from people saying that it says you need to create a channel to chat. What that means is that you need to sign in to a, basically you need to just sign into a YouTube account of sorts. So if you don't have a YouTube account and you're not logged into a YouTube account, then basically you're not going to be able to add into the messages, but totally cool. Either way, follow along, but let's see what you guys are working with. What sort of industry you're looking to build a funnel around. Because guys, this is not some sort of BS webinar. There is no sales pitch at all. And we're going to be getting down to business here. So the more you guys put in, the more that we can help you, those that are watching right now. And you guys can see we have about 19,000 people watching live.
19 million?
I think we might surpass YouTube's actual cap.
Good job, guys. Respect. Elevated Entrepreneurs Community. Good stuff, guys. So I see Charlton. What's up, Charlton? He says, I'm doing it for my wholesaling real estate online course. Garrison says, I'm building it to become an affiliate for MentorBox as well as my weight loss plan. Good stuff. Okay, cool. Well, basically, guys, I'm building a funnel for affiliate marketing photography course. That's dope, man. Lewis, that's cool, man.
Nice. Tom,
Steve and I just got off a call with one of the biggest digital artists on Instagram. He has an awesome course. This guy is the man. And he was just showing us his funnel for his like photography / Photoshop course. So good stuff. What up, Tom? All right, cool, guys. So basically, let's get down to building this out. All right. So basically, for a funnel, you have to think like, what am I building this around, right? What is my customer's journey going to be here, right? So it depends on what you're actually selling. Let's say that we're selling. Let's do a webinar. I'm going to do a webinar because you're going to see how simple this really is. So webinars are really hot right now. A lot of people in the digital space are selling their products and services through webinars. So how do webinars actually work? Well, there's usually 4 steps to it, right? Depending on what the actual process is, there's 4 steps. There's an opt-in page here. So we'll just put opt-in. Oops, let me make that text bigger because you can't see that.
Guys, Andrew is an expert at real-time board. So your guys are going to be learning a lot of good stuff here.
I'm a big fan of real-time board.
Guys, really good with real-time board. Real-time board is one of the coolest softwares because it's completely free and you can build some really cool stuff to really visualize what you have going on. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just build a funnel. But if you're a true business owner, you're always thinking, how can I view things from a bird's eye view? And this really, really helps. Even if it's very simple, it's just like, oh, okay, it's a couple squares. Great. But it's a way for you to understand in a concrete way, this is my business. If that makes sense. So it's very, very important to build these things out. And guys, being frank, you can only get to a certain level without doing this stuff.
Yeah. Basically, like whenever you get like funnels going on, it's easy to think about it like this. You're looking at your funnel from a bird's eye view. Like you zoomed up and you're like in the sky looking down at the city, right? This little sales funnel you built, the game plan, the map, right? Think of how easy it is to look at a map of like a country and you can clearly see where everything is. But when you're back down on Earth and you're a little human with your little perspective, it's really hard to figure out where the hell you're going because you're in it. You're actually in it. You're down in it. It's the same thing when you're building a funnel, right? It's really easy to look at it from this high level perspective and be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. It's actually really, really simple and nothing to get overwhelmed about. But what people do is like, they don't do this part. They skip the high level thinking, and they just go into like building an opt-in page and connecting it to their email autoresponder and building the webinar page. And they're like, oh, this is so complicated. This is so complex. And it's really not. So this part, while it may seem simple, is really important, so that whenever you get overwhelmed, you can come back and look at this and be like, huh, this really is not difficult at all. It's not complicated. All right. So I want you guys to think, what do you think would be the best funnel to build for your particular product or service, right? Now, if you're building a webinar, if you're selling like a 997 course or something, typically this is how it goes. You have an opt-in page for the webinar. People opt in because they want to watch the webinar. Then after they're taken to what's called a bridge page / thank you page. So you can also think of this as like the thank you page. We call it a bridge page because when we do webinars for affiliate offers, we do things like getting people excited for the webinar, because typically you'll see like a lot of people will register and then not so many people will actually watch the webinar, which you want people to do that. So you create something called a bridge page, which is like a thank you page, where you also say why they should watch the webinar, right? So opt-in, thank you page / bridge page, and then after that they'll go to the webinar page, and then they'll go to the sales page, right? It's really not that complicated. Now I want to use this example for right now. If you're not building, you know, a webinar funnel, that's okay. Chances are your funnel will look something like, it might look something like this. Maybe you're selling a photography course, right? And instead of like, it's a lower ticket course, maybe it's like $97. You don't necessarily need a webinar. You can have an opt-in page, and let's say your lead magnet. If you don't know what a lead magnet is like why people would give you their name and email, right? So let's say, what are they opting in for, right? Do you have a free PDF on photography, or do you have a free video on how to improve their photography skills, right? People come, they opt in, give their name and email, get the free PDF or video, and then underneath there's like a little button that says, hey, by the way, if you want to get even better at photography, check out this course I have. And then they click over, and then it goes to the sales page for the course. So these are all really simple. Are we all on the same page as far as this? I'm going to check the chat. Is this all making sense? Every good? Everyone good?
Basically, guys, what's happening is you have something of value that you're giving away to a certain person, your customer avatar, right? And that certain person will see this thing that you're giving away and say, oh, me, like I am interested in that. So they will give you their information. That's why it's called a lead magnet, because you're attracting it towards you by bringing it to light, right? Giving awareness to it. And then people will say, oh, that is something that would help me in my problems. And then therefore you can assume to a degree that your solution, AKA your product, AKA whatever you're selling on the back end, you have a chance then to make it make sense to that person who raised their hand. Now, is every single person who raised their hand gonna buy? Obviously not. But that's the game we play as internet marketers. We're basically sifting through the sand, or sifting through, whatever, to get to that gold being that buyer in that sequence, right? So this is like a fundamental understanding of what's actually going on. And what I often see is that people don't have a fundamental understanding. They're kind of understanding from a very surface level. They're kind of trying to barely catch up. They're like constantly like, okay, well, that they told me to do this, so I'm doing it. They told me to make an opt-in and a thank you, so I'm doing it. But in reality, there's no fundamental understanding. So that's what I really want to drill in here, is not just the concept of, oh, build an opt-in page, build a thank you page, build a webinar and get sales or whatever. But the concept is, hey, I have something of value. How do I give that to the world? This is how you do it through the internet. You create a funnel, not a website, a funnel. And that's really the premise of what we're doing today.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who are watching who maybe have a website and you're wondering like, what's the difference between a website and a sales funnel? It's what Steven was just explaining. It's conversion driven, right? Websites are like for giving information, right? And they're definitely useful. Like websites are useful, but if you want to make money, I mean, like Steve and I have done a lot of money in online marketing, and we've never had a website because we've always had a sales funnel. A sales funnel is a way of, what'd you say?
I said, or business cards.
Or business cards. God, the most useless things in the world.
Like, God, you're giving me this now, and now I have to throw this away.
Yeah,
You just
thanks.
threw away the business card yourself and said, now I have to throw your business card away.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. But basically, guys, like a sales funnel, think about a sales funnel is like if you walked into a store, right? Like let's say a fishing store. Chances are the guy would come up to you and greet you, the owner or the guy working there, be like, "Hey, like, how can I help you? Like, what are you looking for? How can I help you? What problems do you have? How can I solve that?" And there's a certain like experience that goes on there. Now, a sales funnel is virtually bringing that experience online, right? Because here, you're maybe this perfect example. Let's say you're selling fishing lures. I was in a group the other day, and someone posted like, "Hey, I'm not getting any sales on my fishing lure website." And they posted a link to their website. I was like, well, it's because it's a website, not a sales funnel, right? It's just like listed the different products, and that was it. Now it's going to get some conversions, but imagine this, right? You're selling fishing lures. Your target market is people who are interested in fishing, fishermen, right? What would a fisherman want, right? What would get their attention? Because before this step, there's getting traffic and driving traffic to this opt-in page, right? So let's say you create a free video that says how to double your I don't know fisherman terminology, but how to double your catches in 30 days or less by using this new lure, this new type of lure. And then that is going to, ironically enough, lure the fisherman into the opt-in page.
Ooh.
Can I see what I did there?
That was good. That was pretty good.
Clever. You can go home now. That's all you need to hear.
All right, that was over.
So people, the fishermen opt in because they want to see this video on how to achieve a result they want, right? How to double their catches, right? They opt in, they put in their name and email, they're now on your email list. Then they consume this video that's like, hey, here's how you can double your catches by using this new lure. By the way, if you want to get this new lure for yourself, click the button below and check them out. Boom. People click the button, they go to the sales page, they buy money. Now, what are these numbers here? These numbers are very, very important because as you start driving traffic to your funnel, you need to watch your metrics, right? Meaning you need to know your numbers. You need to know, okay, I sent 1,000 people to this opt-in page, 300 people opted in. So that means that your opt-in page is converting at 30%, right? 30% of the people who hit the opt-in page have opted in. Now, not everyone who opts in is going to watch the free video or the free PDF. And that is crucial. It's a crucial component in a sales funnel to have a free thing to give away, right? Because that builds the bond and relationship and leads to the sale. Now, not everyone is going to do that because the dog started barking or their wife just called them or the kid just threw up on the couch and they need to go take care of that. So they forget, right? That's why we have the email follow-ups. But let's say 10% of people actually end up consuming this PDF or this video. Now from there, not everyone is going to click the link to buy your thing, but let's say, industry average is about 2% of people will end up going to your sales page and buying. So these numbers stay pretty consistent. For every time you send 1,000 people through to this opt-in page, roughly 300 people are going to opt in, roughly 100 people are actually going to watch the video, and roughly two people are going to actually buy. That was not accurate at all, was that? Math on camera is dangerous. Whatever 2% of
that's right.
2% of the
30, 10% of 300 is 30.
2% of 1,000 is
going by the actual whole numbers of percentage. So like from the front end, technically.
So like 20 people would buy.
Basically, yes. In this
Math
case.
on camera is very difficult. This takes a lot of bravery right now. Okay, so we have those numbers, right? Now that's why we need to look at this from a high level perspective because it's really like, imagine this, right? We go to Kartra. Now we're gonna do this in a second, so don't worry about this yet. But we're here, and let's say we start from scratch, and I'm just gonna call this page R. That is going to be my page, right? And now we're in it. We're no longer in the high level perspective, like we're entrepreneurs, we're doing our grind, like, yeah, I'm gonna make this opt-in page, I'm gonna make this thank you page, like I'm gonna make this video page, whatever. It's very difficult when you're in this and you're looking at this blank screen like, okay, well, fuck, this is actually a lot harder than I thought. Like, how is this actually gonna work? Is this actually gonna work? Do these things work? This seems so much more complicated. How did that guy Andrew explain it on the video? I already forgot. This right here, this eliminates all of that. because whenever you get overwhelmed or frustrated, come back and look at how damn simple this entire thing is, okay? So is everyone good on real-time board? Does everyone see how we do this? Whenever you're mapping out a funnel, map out your funnel, use these little boxes, name them, and then don't put percentages yet because you don't have any percentages. But as you collect numbers, you're gonna do that. Is everyone good on that?
Yeah, we got a couple questions here. Quick things to address. So Charlton asks, obviously the second structure is not as powerful, right? Meaning he's talking about the non-webinar structure. So, you know, quantifying power in this sense is really hard, but basically you can't really say which one's more powerful than the other, because it's just kind of like more indoctrination versus maybe less indoctrination, which could be kind of an indicator of maybe this is more powerful because somebody has to go through more content in order to actually get a chance to buy. But usually webinars are not selling a cheap product. They're usually selling more of a high ticket. So that's why that is necessary versus something that's a more of a low ticket purchase, maybe 10 to 70 to $100. People don't necessarily need to watch a whole entire webinar to get educated on it. It's kind of like a less barrier to entry, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't say one's more powerful than the other. They're just different for different types of products. Andrew, do you resonate with that? Or
100% agreement. And a book I would recommend is .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Now, ironically, Russell Brunson is the founder of ClickFunnels. So you guys, I don't know if you've heard of ClickFunnels or not, but basically ClickFunnels is one of the biggest funnel building softwares out there. Now, the reason we use Kartra is because we actually used to use ClickFunnels for about 2 years. And we built our entire business on there. But we started seeing the funnels that Kartra can build and like the functionalities that we're going to get into later on this training. And it's just ultimately like 10 times better of a product. But Russell does a really good job of marketing ClickFunnels, and he puts a lot of funnel knowledge out there. So .com Secrets is a great book to learn about what kind of funnel you should use for your business. But I want to go over some of these different models inside of Kartra. Okay, so did everyone actually build out what they think would work for their business on real-time board? Just give us a 1 in the chat box so we know everyone's with us here.
Yeah, optimal opt-in conversion rate. To be honest, man, it's pretty much doesn't matter. You obviously, there's an industry average of 20%, 30%, right? Somebody might look at a funnel that's getting a 5% opt-in and say, oh, that funnel's garbage. They can increase their opt-in. But in reality, you need to look at the ROI, because there's times where you can actually increase conversion rate on your opt-in rate and decrease your ROI. So basically what that means is that you would be letting more people in because your opt-in page is better, but you're actually getting less buyers, versus you're letting less people in because your opt-in page is worse, quote unquote, not meaning actually worse, but just being judged by that to be worse. And then it's actually going to make you more sales because those people are so qualified because you're speaking to that very small percentage of people. You see this with high ticket offers more than anything. A lot of people are like, my high ticket offer only has a 15% conversion rate. How can I make it 20% or more? But in reality, that doesn't matter. You need to worry about the ROI. So that's also a huge fundamental thing. I don't want to go crazy here, but don't worry necessarily as much about my opt-in rates. That's a very like amateur sort of thing to worry about. Instead, think more, what's my ROI? What am I putting in and what am I getting out? As long as the ROI is good, then you're in a good position.
Yeah, 100% agree. And yeah, we don't want to, not going to go too deep into like a ton of different subjects here, guys, because we could be talking for days on this. But yeah, we're gonna be giving you some of those keys that Stephen was just talking about that can really have a dramatic effect on your business and that you don't really hear anywhere else. We kind of had to learn this through trial and error ourselves. But I do want to say one thing about building out funnels. So there are templates that you can use to sell things, right? Like templated funnels, right? Like this would be a webinar template, basically, right? There are plenty of templates, but I do want to say don't think like you have to find the perfect template, because when Steve and I were first starting, we actually did this. We were selling a high ticket offer, and you know the typical advice was like, oh well, you need a webinar, and you need a webinar funnel. But we actually just completely removed this. We removed actually all this right here. our funnel was basically this. We had a call actually, but we just did a webinar. It wasn't really a webinar. It was just a video of us. It was like a 40-minute video of us, and we didn't even have an opt-in page. And we just sent people straight to this video and then to a page where they could schedule a call with us. And that funnel made us $100,000 in profit in 87 days, just under 3 months. And that broke all the rules of building funnels. A funnel building expert would look at that and say, you can't do that. You need an opt-in page. You need a bridge page. You need blah, 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 blah. But we're just like, well, fuck it. Everyone's doing this. What would happen if we went the other way and just didn't have an opt-in page? That would be a huge pattern interrupt for the whole industry. We get a ton of attention to our page. And we did. You might be thinking, well, how can you follow up with people if you don't have their email? There's things like Facebook Pixels where you can do retargeting to people who hit this page, right? So I do want to say, like, don't be afraid to be creative with your own product, with your funnels, right? You can look at the templates and get inspired by them, and they're great to use. Templates are great, but don't think you have to have the perfect template, otherwise the whole thing's going to blow up. Basically, just think like, how can I make this a congruent experience for my customer throughout the entire journey? How will it make sense for them? Okay. So with that being said, do we have any questions, or we good?
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Okay. All right, guys. Perfect. So let's go to Kartra. All right, everyone, please sign in to Kartra, and we're going to start at the. Everyone, give us a 1 when you're in this page right here for Kartra, so I know that we're all good to go. Not going to start till I see some 1s. I want to make sure we're all good here. I don't want to move too fast and confuse anyone.
Where are you guys at?
Donde. All right, Charlton, Harrison, Tom, we Gucci. Okay, we're moving. All right, guys. So this is the homepage of Kartra, right? If you are new to Kartra, they emailed you like a training portal for free that you get when you sign up. So you can learn how to use Kartra on your own as well, but I'm going to be showing you kind of like an overview of how to build really sexy funnels and converting funnels in this training. But they also send you a training portal where you can learn all the little ins and outs too, all the techie stuff. All right. So first thing we're going to do, let's say I'm going to build an example funnel. I'm going to build this page right here, the opt-in page. Okay. This funnel right here, the 3-step funnel. So opt-in, PDF/video, sales. This works for any products under $1,000 usually. Work really well with this. Okay. So I'm going to build this one out here. So go to my pages. And then go to, look, you can even see these are the pages I built that got you to this training right here, right here, right here. Okay. So you just go on the right, this green button, just click plus page. Okay. Now you can do a couple things. You can start from scratch. And that's what I was just showing you before, where it's a big blank screen, a little intimidating. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. Or you can use all these beautifully designed templates. So all these templates are really, really just look professional, clean. This is one of the reasons we switched over from ClickFunnels as well. The funnels on ClickFunnels just sometimes look a bit childish. These look way more professional and a lot more clean. Okay, so go to Squeeze Pages and pick whatever template you think looks the best. Now, these all convert very well. These are all like templates designed by guys like Frank Kern, so they all work. It's just really preference. So you're gonna find, like, after doing this a few times, you probably have a preference of what page you wanna use. I usually like pretty simple opt-in pages with not a whole lot going on, okay? So I'm just gonna scroll through here and see. I like the
pregnant chick.
The pregnant chick. If she's not pregnant, that's so messed up.
No, I don't know. I can't even see it. The screen's like small.
So after that, you just click launch page and just name your page. So I'm just going to do funnel building workshop. Workshop opt-in. And then you can create a category. I'm just going to do no category in particular. But for example, like I put 1, 2, 3 of these pages I made in a funnel building workshop category. So just name the category, whatever category makes sense, okay? And then go to create. Now this is gonna build out that template for us. So the hardest part's already done. Like, you don't need to wonder like, oh, will this layout convert? Oh, will this look good? Blah, blah, blah. Like, the hardest part is already done. We're pretty much just like editing stuff now to match our brand, right? So here we've got all these little components in here. There's a few different things. There's sections, right? These are like the big sections. Like this right here would be a section. Anywhere there's a red gear is a section. And then there's components. Components are things like images. They're things like headlines. They're things like
They go in sections, basically.
Yeah, they go into, exactly. They fit into sections, exactly. All right. So is everyone inside the funnel builder, the editor, where we can edit this together?
You guys see how just a tiny little funnel building sort of tidbit here. You see how she's looking at the opt-in area? She's looking at the logo. It's literally these funnels, these templates, they're actually designed already to be converting. Like, they are high converting templates. They're not just like stuff that people threw together. There's a lot that goes into it. It looks simple, but in reality, it's really interesting how the human brain works. When you see somebody looking at something, it makes you want to look that direction too. And the more you learn about advertising, you'll start to notice on billboards and different things like commercials and other people's ads on Facebook and stuff. So just a little cool little tidbit there.
Mm-hmm. Really powerful. That's like Jedi funnel tricks. All right, guys, so we should all be in the editor here, right? Now, a couple things. When you're looking at this, I mean, it's really not too much we need to do. Like 90% of the work is done for you with funnel builders like Kartra, right? What you need to do is change the headline, put in your logo, configure an opt-in form, which I'm going to show you how to do. But basically, like, before we do all that, there's a few things you need to do to get the congruency of the funnel down, right? So what are your logo? Like, what's your logo? What colors are in your logo? What is your brand like? Who are you trying to attract through your marketing, right? There's things called like brand archetypes, and they're basically, I think it's 12 or 14 different archetypes where brands are trying to attract a certain type of person, right? So, for example, Apple is like the wizard, and that means that they attract people who are wanting to push society forward, people who always want to be on the cutting edge, people who are creators, people who like their products to be sexy and new, those sort of things. They're attracting a certain type of person, and their marketing reflects that. Their colors reflect that. Their product design reflect that. Their messaging reflects that. So what I would ask you, without getting too deep, is who are you trying to attract for your funnel, right? See how this page is very these colors here, the green and the blue, the navy blue here with the yellow, don't they just look like premium? Don't they just feel like a little bit like cool and expensive and it's legit? Like, if you saw a company with this color scheme here, you'd be like, these guys probably know their shit. Like, look, how could they not, right? And that's the power of branding. That's the power of choosing the right colors, the power of choosing the right layout, the power of having your funnel builder look like this, right? That's why we switched over from ClickFunnels, because it just didn't look like this. So who are you trying to attract? If I'm trying to attract a fisherman for my lures, chances are I wouldn't go with something like this. Why? Because this feels a little bit corporate, right? It's navy with the green. It feels a little bit corporate, a little bit sleek, sexy. It's not really like, you think of a fisherman community, they're usually like just down to go have a good time and jump in the boat and get messy, get dirty, and go catch some fish, right? That's how my family is when we go fishing. It's just like, yeah, we don't need premium. We don't need, sleek, sexy. We just want to do our thing. So for this, how are you going to appeal to your customers? How are you going to present yourself to your customers? You want your customers to feel like this company relates to me. I can relate to this company. They're who I am, right? So for fishermen, I would probably choose something like, depending on your brand colors and everything like that, Let's see. Oops. I would think, how can I get my my customers to relate to me, right? So maybe instead of this green here, I would use just a simple white, not be all crazy. Oops. And Ziva, what are your thoughts on branding too, just for everyone watching?
Yeah, so basically, every funnel, every website, every single thing that you do, every restaurant you walk into, coffee shop, any place of business that you walk into, you immediately get a vibe, right? I'm not talking this woo-woo sort of like crazy, like snake friggin' like snake whisperer or something like that, right? Like snake charming stuff. I'm talking about just a vibe. You get a vibe from any place that you enter. And basically, that vibe is the feel of their brand. Like if you ever walked into a restaurant, first of all, the line's out the door. You finally get up there, you're talking to the hostess, beautiful woman. The place is dimly lit in a certain way. It's like you entered a new universe. And this place is like 1,000,000 5 stars, right? It's an awesome place. Everybody loves it. It's like a hole in the wall / like really like cool place to go. It's like you entered a new world, right? That is their brand. That is their brand being just washing over you. Now take that concept and put it into the internet. And what you're doing is you're basically entering into somebody's brand on their page. And sometimes you'll go to a page and be like, okay, this page looks clunky. It looks crappy. It looks very simple. It looks like it was thrown together. There's spelling errors. What does that make you think? It makes you think that this person's careless. So you get a careless vibe from the brand. But a good brand, right? You walk in, technically, you step into their website, you see that everything is uniform, everything is neat, there's attention to detail, there's no spelling errors. There is little things like, the woman's looking at the logo. It's a woman, like in this case, if it was a fisherman funnel, probably wouldn't have this girl on it. Probably would have a fisherman that would be looking that direction. Different things like that, that all incorporates with the brand's feel and touch. Like literally, the tone of the page is correct for the actual brand itself. It needs to be congruent through and through. So that's not just even the feel, but the colors, the logo, the everything, basically. Everything to do with that brand, it needs to just be a congruent thing. And how do you ask yourself, look, is my funnel congruent? Well, how does it feel? Does it feel congruent? Does it feel like, it makes sense? Like if you have a page that looks like this, and then all of a sudden they opt in and they go to a page that's completely different colors, completely different aspect, different font, different everything, it's two different worlds, right? You want every single bit of this journey of someone being inside your sales funnel to be the most graceful, just literally the smoothest, most easy, simple, non-confusing, logical, congruent process that you could possibly create. That is the art of a converting sales funnel. It's nothing really more than that. It's just keeping people understanding the congruency. If they're opting in for a free ebook, don't send them to a page about something else. Give them the ebook. For example, if you're opting into a funnel and the funnels, maybe it's for a webinar. You're trying to market a webinar. And the webinar says 4 simple hacks to make $10,000 a day online or something. And then the page before that, the opt-in page that you're sending people to before they get to the webinar says how to win online and make $5,000 your first day. And then they opt in, it's like how to make $10,000. And you're like, wait, that's different. Those are 2 different things. What am I getting out? I'm gone. I'm not spending my time there because I know it's wasting my time already. And I don't know what I'm getting. There's no clarity. There's too much confusion. So an expert knows that their funnel needs to be congruent through and through, logical, and a graceful process that's taking somebody along to get them to a decision based around what you have to offer and whatever service it is. And the congruency simply comes from when people understand that they're in the same place. There's no confusion. So if you think of it, and if you're to write down something about what I'm saying, write down confusion and then put a slash through it and then write congruency. So that way you know those 2 can't exist. They can't coexist. It's like you can't be fearful and grateful at the same time. You can't have confusion and have congruence. You cannot have them together. So you have to have a congruent funnel, AKA there is no confusion. They know what they're opting in for, they're getting it, and it's logical.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
could
just
rant on
feel,
that for a long time, so I'll spare you
you just
guys. But that's
talk about.
basically the gist of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, guys, there's a lot we could go into about funnels here. We could be here all day. But yeah, it's like Steven was saying, it just needs to make sense, right? Don't overcomplicate it. Okay, so let's say I was selling these fishing lures, right? And my target market was males between 30 to 60 years old, okay? Because that's a lot of majority of fishermen. See how this image that I picked reflects that? It's subtly calling them out. So that's just a little part of the attraction, right? They're like, person comes to this page, imagine like a 40-year-old male comes here, is like, okay, yeah, like that guy looks like me, kind of, right? The watch, the pole, everything. So you need to think like for your what if you're selling a health and product, a health and wellness product, just go here. So you go to change the background, you go to this red gear here, go to image or edit, sorry, then go to image, then go to image selected. And Kartra's got a really cool built-in like you can use
The images.
royalty-free images. You can choose
Like
from all
that.
these amazing pictures. It's really cool. So I would type in like, weight loss. Let's say you're selling I don't know, a protein powder or something, or a certain type of smoothie. Let's do smoothie.
Look at the plate with the frowning face on it. I don't know if you saw that. It's gone now.
Disappeared. Let's say we're selling like a certain type of smoothie powder, right? A weight loss powder, okay?
Ooh.
So, oops, I don't want that. I would check that because that looks like a badass smoothie. Oh, that looks good, right? Then I would put here, I would change this background here. Let's say for the sake of the image, let's say our company colors are purple and green. Let's see. So I'll choose maybe like this. Boom. There you go. Okay. And there you go. Look at it. Can you see how the feel of the funnel just changed like that? It just absolutely transformed by changing the picture and the color.
Yeah,
Isn't
we're
that
not even into the text yet.
No,
So we're just talking aesthetics.
it's just crazy, like Steven was saying, the vibe. So
The vibe. Absolutely.
let's say we're selling this smoothie powder, right? And we need, let's go back to our diagram here. We need our opt-in, which we're making now. What are people opting in? They're opting in for, let's say, a video on how to make a smoothie that helps them lose 10 pounds in the next month, okay? So we'll say here, oops. What would you guys say, actually? I'm curious to see some of the things that you guys
would do. Good
because
question.
copywriting is an art, and you guys need to get good at copywriting for your products and services. So what do you would say if we're selling our video that we want people to opt in for is how to lose, I don't want to give it because I'm giving you the headline. It's a video that shows people how to lose 10 pounds in 30 days, right? What would you say? What's some of the headlines you would put here, right here? Steven, can you see any come through?
I don't see any headlines from anybody. But a good structure, if you're stuck on a headline ever, is how to X without Y. How to pleasure without pain. You'll notice that in literally marketing everywhere, like all over the place. If you've never heard this concept, basically, if you've never really thought about this, now you're going to start noticing it. Guarantee you. Just keep your eye on the new ads that you might see or billboards you might see. But how to, for example, I saw this billboard here in Tampa. It said, mow the lawn without doing any work. And it was an automated lawnmower billboard.
Really good.
Literally, it's like mow the lawn without doing any of the work. It's like, damn, that's pretty sick. Like it literally is a robot that mows the lawn. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. So like, and it gets people's attention because it's like, look, of course, everyone wants to lose weight without working out, lose weight without dieting, right? It's like, it plays to that tone. Now, of course, you want to be ethical, you want to be honest. That's another thing. And all that ties into your congruency as well. If you're being really like a certain tone on the opt-in page and then they opt in and they're not getting that same tone, it's like, look, how to lose 30 pounds in the next 30 days without dieting. And then you opt in and it's like half-ass. You got to still go as hard. You got to have, it's all about understanding the vibe of it all and keeping that congruent and very, basically keeping it the same. Andrew calls it the ad scent. It's like, if you go into the next page and something smells funky, it's not the same. The scent is off. And at a subconscious level, you will notice that, even if you don't consciously realize it, but you'll be out of that page in no time. You're not spending any more time there because it just doesn't make sense. So the confusion arises, congruency is just off, and you're basically screwed at that point. So, you know, your data will tell you this too. Like if you've got Hotjar pixels on your page, you'll see people are opting in, great. And then they get to the thank you page and like, what the fuck? Boom. That right there, this move, that's the X on the screen. So, or if you're on a Mac, it's to the left. So these are things you got to think about when you're building your funnel. That most people don't think about. Most people are like, okay, build the page. I built it. Why am I not rich? It's because you have no sort of congruency, right? Or you're not sending traffic. So that's a different thing. But I hope that this is kind of, I know this might be kind of like a lot of information, but I think that you'll glean a lot from this, especially if you rewatch this and you kind of really let it drill in. This is stuff that like most people don't talk about. Most people are just like, okay, here's the page. Now let me try to sell you something as fast as I possibly can. Well, that's not really how it goes anymore. Like maybe a couple of years ago, people were stupider. Now people are smarter. People are way more timid about giving their information away. So make it congruent, make it feel like it's one place, and there's no problem in getting those opt-ins or getting those sales. As long as that congruency and that logical, the funnel's logical, then you're good. You're going to have good results.
So for this, guys, I'd like for everyone to build out their opt-in page now. So based on what we talked about with the colors, with the pictures, like see how this, this is obviously implying that there's a delicious alternative to dieting on the next page, right? So for you guys, remember this is a workshop. So go in and build out your opt-in page. And what we can do is we can review some of your opt-in pages. So you can send us the link in the chat and we can review some of your opt-in pages, and we can kind of bring them on to the, we call it the dark side, over to the live, and we'll take a look at what you did right and what we'd improve. So if you guys want to take some time, go ahead and do that. Just create a basic structure like this for whatever you're selling with the picture and the headline and the colors. Go ahead and do that, guys. We're going to be here. You can send through your links and we can review them after. Fit into that dress in 30 days. I like that. Get a beach body with delicious and healthy fat loss recipes. That's good. These are good. Good stuff, guys. Okay. Now keep in mind too, guys, the text, the font is also really important for this. So just take a quick look at my screen. When you see, I had it like this before, the bold. Why do you think I wouldn't have it at, why do you think I would have it at this versus this? Why would I have it at this? You guess why I would have it look like this, the font? Because the font says a lot.
I would guess, I don't know. Let's see what some people say.
I think there is a bit of a lag here.
Oh, there definitely is.
Anyone guess? Losing weight. There you go. Tom got it. Really not that complicated, right? This just looks fatter than this, right? We're talking about losing weight. So shouldn't it make sense that our entire brand represents that? These are the little things, guys, that can like make a huge difference. It's all these subconscious things that are going on in people's mind when they come to your funnel. You want this whole funnel to reflect delicious, weight loss, healthy, easy, right? That's what I would think when I'm making this.
Think too, guys, like funnels in real life, they are everywhere. Like if you go into an Apple store, you are in Apple's funnel. They also have website funnels too, but basically think about it in a real life perspective because it's easier to relate to. When you go into an Apple store, everything that's in that store, everything that you, any experience that you're having, they want it to be as congruent as possible with their brand. So for example, Andrew and I, we went into Apple in California, and we immediately go to the speaker and start blasting like Migos or something on this HomePod. And basically this woman came up to us and started yelling at us. And she's like, that is too loud. I'm doing this and this over here. And it was some lady. She wasn't like a worker or anything. Immediately, right after she scolded us, this employee comes up to us and he's like, hey man, you're allowed to do whatever you want in here. This is as much your place as it is hers. So don't mind anything she said. You could play music. It's, you know, mess around with any of this stuff. And it's like a party basically, which is what Apple wants to, like, think about their commercials. Like, think about the different things that they do. It's like their brand is sleek, simple, sexy, and it's like a party. It's like a fun thing to be a part of. So anytime that someone's in your funnel, you want your brand's cornerstones to be reflected. And maybe you don't have any cornerstones in mind for your brand yet. So you got to come up with those things. You got to just figure out, well, look, what is it that my brand represents? What do I think about my brand? What, like, your brand is its own entity. Your brand is not you. It's not your ideas anymore. Like, you create an entity that is its own. It has its own vision. It has its own cornerstones. It has its own sort of everything, its own colors, its own feel, its own touch. So Elevate Entrepreneurs, for example, that's not Andrew and I's vision. It's its own vision. It's its own company. It's its own, like, not company, it's its own thing. You know what I mean? Like, as if it's a person. Like, the word entity means like a being. That's the same thing with your brand. Personify your brand. Make your brand be something that you can really envision concrete in your brain. That's really like one of the first steps to kind of having this all come natural. So I hope that makes sense. I don't want to go too deep and like confuse people or make people kind of scared or something about building, but that is what most people don't think about. Most people are like, yeah, logo, cool, boom. Like, your logo doesn't need to cost $1 million. It doesn't need to be the best logo in the world or anything like that. All that you really need, more than anything, is just an understanding of what does this represent.
Exactly right. What does this represent? What do I want my customers to feel when they come to this page?
Christopher Gale says web link is not allowed. That is true. You can't post a web link in the comments. So what you can do is post something like this, though.
Like what? How can we get their
space it out, like abc.com, like that.
Maybe on Facebook? Can you send it on? I'd really like to review some of your funnels and help you guys get this.
Yeah. You can't send the preview. You got to actually send the actual link. So if you could like space it out and you could put it in the comments, that would totally work. If not, go into the Facebook group and comment it, and I'll pull it up.
And one thing on funnels, guys, make sure you always save. Whenever I make changes, I always save, because sometimes it will, you know, sometimes your Wi-Fi goes out, or sometimes, you know, it refreshes and you lose all your progress. So make sure that you're always saving your pages as you go along. Otherwise, you can lose a lot of progress. It's no fun when that happens. All right, guys, let's get some, how can we get some of these links, Steven, so we can review this?
Just got to post it with spaces, or you have to post it in the group.
Okay. If you guys want, you can just post it in the group, all right? And we can take a look in that. For now, though, let's keep moving on. So we've got, there's basically the design, and then there's the copy, right? And then there's the little techie stuff. So for you to complete your opt-in page right now, let's all complete our opt-in pages together here. You can have a logo if you want, if it's congruent with the colors. I usually don't ever put a logo, just preference. You really don't need it. You want to make sure that the spacing here looks good. So let's see. See how that's a little bit too high up? Maybe I'll leave it even just 0. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm changing the margins. So how you do that is you hover over and you go to the little pencil and you can play around with the margin. So you can move it up or down or wherever you want, left, right. But this, you just want to make sure that it looks good. Just look at it and think like, does this look even? Does this look congruent? Does this look good? This right here to me looks pretty good, okay? Next thing you want to do here is go up to settings in the top left, SEO parameters, and just what do you want the page title to be? So see how it says funnel workshop right here? That's what the page title is. So for this, I'd be like, you can just call it like easy weight loss or something, right? Whatever makes sense. The page meta description, that's like when you send, when you go to Google and you see the name of the website and then there's a little description underneath, that's what they're talking about. So I would say, I would just put the headline like how to lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days without dieting, okay? Now, page meta keywords, I don't usually do this. This is for SEO, but you could put like weight loss, dieting, smoothies, just keywords that relate to your product, okay? You want to save that. Okay, so at this point, you should have the design done. You should have the headline done. You can use the how to benefit without pain, how to pleasure without pain, okay? One, Frank Kern calls it how to yay without boo. It's a really easy way to remember it.
How to yay without boo.
Yay without boo, okay? Now you can do little tricks on the headline here. Like I put this without, I don't even know what you call this, italicized, to like really drive it home, like without dieting. So someone's gonna come here and be like, oh wow, there's no dieting whatsoever. This is awesome. That's just a little trick to make it a little bit more powerful, okay? Make sure to save your progress. And then go to publish live, okay? Go to the get the page link here. And then it's gonna have elevated.kartra.page. If you have already imported a domain to Kartra, just go to this little pencil right here and then click down and then you can choose your domain and then just call it whatever you want. So I'd call it like weight loss. I'm not gonna do that. I just call it weight loss and then click the little check and then that's your page URL, all right? Now, one other thing, guys, for this right here, this is called like a sign up form. Okay, so the way Kartra works is the sign up form is kind of like a separate component of the page. So all you're gonna do is go to this little edit thing here, and you're gonna go to create a new opt-in form, and just call it like, I'll call this weight loss. And what it's gonna do, I'll show you how to create this. You do it on another side of Kartra after. So just do this, click create, apply, and then I'll show you how to do that right after this, okay? Basically, this is how your page is gonna look. Say that one more time. Publish the URL, and I'll show you what ours looks like. Look at that. How sexy is that? Name,
Bang.
boom. Easy. Is everyone good on their opt-in page? Oh, let's see. Oh. Got lost after web configuration. Charlton, how do you put a logo on the bottom right? You would just, so to put a logo, man, like you can just take a picture. So you go to components and then go to images. And then you just drag the image wherever these orange bars are. And then you would upload your logo right there. You can move this to wherever you want. Let's see. Garrison says, got lost after web configuration. Don't get too caught up in that stuff, man. I'll do it again really quick. I don't know if you got lost up here, but this is the meta tag right here. meta title, and then the page description. Those are just describing what your page is. Hit apply. Okay, opt-in form here. You're just gonna go to create a new opt-in form, and I'll show you what to do with this after, but just for now, just create a new opt-in form, name it, and then hit apply. And then when you're saving it, just save it first, and then publish live. And then you'll get your link here. Now, if you've already brought your domain to Kartra, if not, it's really not hard to do. You just have to import your domain to Kartra. Then you can click this little edit thing and then select your domain and choose a path. So I would say like weight loss, right? It'd be elevatedentrepreneurs.com/weight loss. That's it.
Chris posted his URL in the group.
Oh, nice. Okay, we can do that.
I could send it to you if you want to just pull it up right now.
Yeah, easy.
I just sent it.
Perfect. All right. Nice. Good stuff. Okay. It's a really good start, man. All right. So, Christopher, can you tell us a little bit about what you're promoting here? What am I opting in here for? Give me some deets.
KRZ Empire Music Singing opt-in. I know there's a little bit of a lag, so I'm sure that.
Okay. All right. So let me first go on some aesthetic things here and show you like the little things you can do that make a big difference. All right. So first off, does this funnel, see how this funnel is very clean and there's no like, it just all meshes well together. I like the colors you have here, but the logo on the top right with the white looks a bit sloppy and unprofessional, right? It looks like it was pasted on there. So what you can do to make that better is basically you can turn this into a PNG file and get a transparent background. So just type into Google like how to make a background transparent for a photo. And what that's going to do is when you turn that into a transparent background, it's going to remove the white, and this logo, the superior singing method, will just go right onto the yellow right there, okay? So that's one thing. You never want to have a white, it looks like a sticker, right? You never want that. Second thing is this image right here looks like it was just plopped on to the page, right? It just looks like someone just kind of, almost like this, like just a sticker on there. It's not really, like see how this just blends in, this image? This kind of just looks like someone just stuck it there. So what you could do is you can make this section a different color so it doesn't look as off, or you can choose another layout like this one and have the image be bigger. Another thing you can do here is I would move this right here, free training reveals. I would change the margin on this right here and make this come down more. So that reduce the top margin on this text right here, or reduce the bottom margin on this text right here, so that there's an even amount of space, like this amount of space between this and this, have it here and here. You have those together, okay? But other than that, man, I think you did a great job. This looks, I don't know if these are your brand colors. Let me go over the font. This font right here, that kind of font says like, how do I put this into words? It's a bit like playful, right? It's kind of saying like, this is easy. Like if you look at ClickFunnels, let me show you an example, what I mean.
Also, the headline itself potentially you could dig a little bit more. Obviously, it's because it's like how to become a better singer. That's very general. You could say like how to become a better singer by doing XYZ, or how to become a better singer without doing XYZ.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want to show you
a couple different. Yeah, we'll get into it.
So see how this font, what does this font say to you? This is the best way I could describe it. What does this font feel like to you? Does it feel complex? Does it feel overwhelming? Does it feel difficult? Or does it feel simple, easy, something a child can do? That's why ClickFunnels is doing so well, because they have great marketing and they do little things like this. Like they just make it look simple, right? So for this font, I would say, what do you want your brand to represent? Who are you trying to attract? Are you trying to attract a higher end clientele? Are you trying to attract someone who's new to singing, who needs it to feel like it's easy, right? What sort of things who are you trying to attract here? But don't worry too much about that. That's a bit of like a deeper level thing. But yeah, I agree with what Steven was saying. Do you want to go on a little bit more about that, man? Like the actual copy here?
So basically, you're speaking to, you got to remember, you are speaking to one person. If you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. So really, if you could think about, how do I speak to this one person? Well, discover how to become a better singer. You got to get a little more specific. So maybe discover how to get a better singer, become a better singer without, or discover how to become a better singer by doing X, Y, Z. But then also you're saying, tell me where to send a free ebook and I'll email it to you right away. Get access to this free video training. That's two different things. So you're saying, look, I'll send you this ebook, but then get access to this free video training. It's two different things. And then you're saying free training reveals at the top. So it doesn't really make sense. So for me, if I were to be opting in, I'm like, wait, what am I opting in for? I don't know. Confusion level, boom, I'm out.
Good stuff. All right, Christopher, a 60-day Volca training program. Okay, got it. Good stuff. Okay, cool. I hope that those tips help, man. We can check out Garrison's funnel. Perfect.
Everybody on point, Kartra, calm.
I don't know if we can actually. Oh. Flash.
It's not working.
No. Darn. All right, guys. You know what? We're gonna review some. We'll do the opt-in, the value page next, like the thank you bridge page, and then we'll come back and do more. Okay. So, all right, everyone, return to dashboard after you saved your progress here. Save progress. Make sure before you go, guys, that you've got your form here. Okay, so it should look like this: opt-in form, and then it should say something here. Okay, because we're gonna be working on that now. Return to dashboard and exit. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to My Forms here on the left. My Forms. And then you should have one that looks like this. Configuration incomplete, okay? Right here. Okay. Now, what this is the actual form that collects the name and email of people. So this is like, imagine it being inserted into your page. So you should have done that. You have this right here. Click on the three little dots, go to edit, edit. Okay, so this looks good. You can leave this the same. Go to confirm. This is fine. Go to save and next. This is fine. Go to confirm. Okay, destination page. We're going to do configure later. Okay, then save and next. Save and next. Don't worry about any of this right now. Save and next. This is fine. Save and next. Okay, that's it. So that form is now live. Okay, so it will work on your page. We just have to add in a destination page. All right, so that's what we're going to create now. So if you see, we've created the opt-in page. And now we're going to create the PDF or video page, basically the thank you page, right? With the thing that they're opting in for. So we're going to go to green plus here, new page. Then we're going to go to, you can choose whatever you want, really. There's the video sales page. There's the thank you page. It depends on like what you're actually doing here. So you can also preview these pages too and see how they look.
That's a good one, honestly. I like the ones with the little images too.
This one?
I like that one, yeah. It's just like a simple, it's like you opt in, boom, here's what you opted in for, 1, 2, and 3. It's 3 steps. People are like programmed to be able to follow like 3-step or 2-step things. So it's like those, if you make it simple and easy to follow, you're going to notice your conversions are going to be higher, because the more complicated things are, or the more that you're asking of somebody, the less of a conversion you're going to have. So you are kind of getting them through an indoctrination process there by cutting out people who wouldn't do steps 1, 2, 3 sort of thing. If you're trying to guide them somewhere else, but again, basically it's all about the simplicity. It's all about the logic involved, right? So I hope that makes sense. I don't want to confuse you guys, but that's why I like that page.
All right, let's go with this page. So you just select, then go to Launch Builder. I'm going to name this Weight Loss. Thank you. Then you can select the category if you have one. I'm going to go to Create. Guys, if you have any questions here, drop them in as well. It is a little bit of a lag, but.
Garrison says, what if we don't have that?
I'm not sure what you're referring to, man.
Sure. Not quite sure.
Okay. You know what, guys? There is something that that you should do before you do this, actually. This is something I always do. So go back to My Pages and open up your page. The page that you just made, the opt-in page, open it in a new tab. I'm going to show you why in just a sec. Keep it open, all right? And then you're going to go into that new page and then edit, and then we'll jump in there. The reason is because we want to make sure we're using the same font and the same colors. That's where we talk about keeping the entire funnel congruent, right? And feeling the same. AdSense, we want to have the same font and the same colors here. So, first thing I would do is, what do I want them to feel on this page? What's the actual goal of this page? Why did we create this, right? Well, let's say for me, I'm giving away my free video on how they can lose weight in 30 days with that 10 pounds in 30 days, right? So I'm going to make that my headline. It's going to be the same exact headline from here. Without dieting. Perfect. Okay. Now, I want this page to feel healthy, right? I still want it to have the same color schemes, but I want it to feel healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background image, because bricks don't really scream healthy. And I'm just going to look for something in the images section that portrays healthy.
Smooth, slender.
Mm-hmm. Smooth, I like that.
Ooh. Ooh.
So I want something that goes with that smoothie, right? Maybe I'll just type in smoothie.
Smoothie baddie, the classic smoothie baddie.
Classic. Let's see.
Maybe more of like a plain image. Like type in smooth. See what comes up if you type in smooth. I'll just be curious. Ooh. That chick's breasts. That's an interesting background.
Healthy. Let's see.
Type in health, maybe. See what comes up if you do that.
The picture is really important, guys, because it's going to give the whole page a feeling. Let's see. And I also said without going on a diet, right? So what do I want this page to reflect? I want it to reflect Healthy,
Blueberries.
delicious. Yeah, these look good. This is like healthy, delicious, easy, right? That's
Fresh.
reflecting here. Yep, fresh.
Cool. Oh, oh, my lordy. And it's got the blueberries on the first page.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my lord.
So here's what we can do, guys. I want to have a little layer over this this image here. That basically means that you can put like a filter over it, basically. See if I can show you. No, that didn't work. Oops. All right, let's just leave that for now. I think that looks pretty good. Looking good. All right, so once you guys have found a picture that goes with your brand, make your text obviously look good on it. If it looks better black, make it black. If it looks better white, help it stand out. I would like to make this a little bit darker if possible, without dying. Beautiful. That looks like a good size.
Dieting.
What's that? Oh, nice. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. So we make this little sub headline here, something like watch the video below to learn how. We just want them to watch the video, right? Save, always save your progress. Okay. All right. So now we're good. Sometimes this happens. You just have to refresh it after you save. Okay. So this is really good, guys. Remember, we're building out this right here, the PDF video page. And this page needs to give the thing that they opted in for and then have a link to the sales page, right? Now, depending on how you're selling this product, whether it's your own product, you're going to be making the sales page for it, right? But if you're selling an affiliate product where your product is hosted on another site, you can just make a custom URL. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so we have this video here. Stephen, what would you put here?
Step 1, check your email. Step 2, pull out your wallet. Step 3, enter credit card info. I'm just kidding. That's not what I would put. It depends, obviously, right? So like, if the offer, what is the next logical step? That's what I would say. If someone were to say, what do I put here? I would say, what is the next logical step?
I would say,
for this mythical offer, what if maybe, you know, the next logical step, we give them the video. It wouldn't be to check your email necessarily, but
I think just a button underneath that pops up.
Yeah. Yeah, just
right?
a pop-up is good too, because then it's not distracting them from the beginning. Because naturally what people do is they scroll a whole entire page to see the goods, right? If there's a button, they know there's that ulterior motive from the start. Instead, if you have a button pop up around whenever there's a call to action in the video, then that way you can kind of basically get out of, you know, that entire, you can make it really make sense, if that makes sense. Sorry, I was kind of lost train of thought there for a second.
I want to show you guys too, like, oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say for an offer that's not real, because naturally what I would say at a subconscious level is, what's the next logical step? I mean, if the next logical step is for them to buy, have a button pop up when they make a call to action in the video to buy.
Right. So that's actually a good point about the lead magnet. Whatever your lead magnet is, this is essentially, we're looking at the lead magnet here, right? We have this mythical video that's showing people how to lose weight. How that lead magnet goes is the video gives value. And then at the end, it would say, by the way, if you want to learn how to like get this product for yourself, or if you want to, you know, speed up the process, check out this product below. And then a button would be right here. We can add that in really easily. We just go to components, buttons, and then you just drag it on over. Oops. And you can just have that go below the video. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit here. Got too many programs running.
It's trying you.
Definitely is.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, there she is.
All right, so this button I always make really big too. Button size I always make full width. Now here's what I was saying about the colors, guys. Go to your page over here. If you don't have this little tool, it's called eyedropper. Just type into Google.
Color.
Color picker. I do. I think it's eyedropper.
Oh, maybe.
Whatever it is, it's like Google Chrome.
Words.
What's that?
It's one of them. It's eyedropper or color picker.
Yeah, I think this one is eyedropper because I can't click it. So just type in like eyedropper Google Chrome extension, and this little extension, when you click it up here, you can pick a color from the web page, and then you hover over any color, and you see in the bottom right here where it shows you the color, you're able to pick it from that page. So that way we can use the same exact colors on all our pages, and we know it's right. So we select it, and then it shows you right here the color code. You just highlight this entire color code. You go back to Kartra, and now I'll make this button instead of this blue. I just paste in that code, and boom. Now our button matches our brand. So I'd change the text to something like, get your smoothie.
Maybe add some clickability. Let's add some clickability.
Let's add some clickability. I make the text bold.
Let's make that button so damn clickable. It's just like, I've actually seen too, like studies apparently have been done, split testing small versus large buttons. And apparently the larger the button, click through is directly proportional to the size of the button. Obviously you don't want it to look retardedly large, right? However, you want it to be very clickable. So add a shadow, maybe. I love the shadows.
Yep.
Shadow is huge. A big, nice button, basically. Look at that page. The page is looking hot. It's looking good.
We're looking very good right now. So that's it, guys. Does anyone have questions about putting in the button? It's really simple. You just go to components, then you drag over the button. You get the color from your other web page, so make sure it's congruent. And I want to say, guys, like, again, feel free to get creative with these pages. Kartra has so many different things that you can just like go wild with. Like if you look in sections, go down to like features, for example. Check out features. All these things you can just drag and drop in. Like check this out. I can just take this and drag it right here, and boom, that just automatically showed up on my page. You can do all these things. Go check out call to actions. Look at this. These are just insane. How cool is this? Hero sections. All this stuff you can just drag and drop over to your page, and it makes it look at this. Like I would never be able to design this in a million years.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This one is another good one for health and fitness right here. I'll show you. One of my favorites. This one right here. Imagine you're selling a weight loss product with this background. Like that just looks like professional, right? Just move that button down there and you're good. So again, guys, you see how like the colors and the font play a huge feel in this? Like look at this one versus this one versus this one versus this one. They're all so different. It's whatever feels most congruent with your brand. Okay, how is everyone doing so far? Because we're moving fast over here. I've done this like a million times, so it's naturally easy to me. Well, not naturally, I've just done it so many times. How are you guys doing? Does anyone need any help with anything? Feel free to put your questions in the chat box. If not, finish up your thank you page, and you are done with 2 steps right here. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Don't worry about that, Garrison. I'm going to show you how to connect these pages. Really, really easy. We're going to do that after they're all built. And guys, you can go back and watch this training too if you want. I know we're moving a little bit fast, but it will help. Charlton's still working on it. Cool. Take your time, guys. Take a few minutes. All right. Cool. So get all those done. You can insert a video if you have it. If not, this will be a good framework for you to put it in there.
That's pretty much the gist of it all.
Pretty much it, yeah. Now you want to have in your like bottom stuff here, like the privacy policy and terms and that sort of stuff. So you can go to footers. They make this really easy. Like, look how just so professional. Boom, easy. And that's it.
Oh,
Easy. All right, guys. So for this button right here, where is this page linking to? If you have an affiliate product or your product is hosted on another site, just grab that link and then go to edit right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to link, go to custom URL, and then put in the link to your site. Don't do open in a new tab. You generally don't want to do that if you're selling it with this sort of funnel. Then just put in the link to your site right here. If not, what we're going to do next is build a sales page, okay? After we build a sales page, you can then link your button there, okay? So, Steven, do you have anything you want to add on this, or should we keep moving?
no, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Good stuff. Okay. Garrison says, I have a hard time moving the text around. Just go to this little button right here, the little thing. Just scroll over to the text. Make sure you're in component mode. So there's column mode, and there's component mode. Component mode is how you do things like text and video. Hover over it, go to the little arrow, and then just drag it to wherever these little orange bars are. Really simple. Really, really easy. Give you guys a couple more minutes to build these out.
Nice.
Can you see my face, Steven? Or is it just my screen?
Nope. It's just the good old screen around.
Getting used to this Google Hangouts. All right, guys. So we're gonna move on. Okay. So after that, you want to change your SEO parameters. So I'd call it like, free video reveals how to lose weight. Whatever's relevant for your thing. It's hard for me to think of a title when I don't even know what the hell I'm selling you, right? So whatever makes sense for you. So like free PDF on how to be better at singing, or free vocal PDF, something like that, right? Okay, and then do your page description, keywords if you'd like, and that's it. Make sure to save and publish live. Okay, you can change your URL again if you want, if you imported your domain. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my forms. So this is how we're going to connect the opt-in page with the value page. Oops. So I'm going to go to my forms. We're going to go to the form that we just made together. Go to the three dots. Go to edit. Go to next. Go to next. Go to next. And we're going to go down to where is the destination? We're going to look for something that says destination URL. Advanced automation, Sante. Oops, there it is. Backing confirmation. Success page right here. We're just going to go to change and we're going to enter in the URL, right? Or you can also put Kartra pages and just put category and then select the page. So it'd be, for me, it'd be like weight loss thank you page, okay? And that is easy, done. So now that page, when someone comes to this page right here, the opt-in page, they opt in, and they're taken to the thank you page, just like that. So we just pages. Boom. Easy.
Easy.
Is this feeling easy for you guys? I would love to know, like, if everyone's having a hard time or having an easy time here.
Easy.
Easy, easy, easy. Okay. I'm going to keep moving on, guys. So after we've connected those there, we're going to go to add new page. We're going to go to sales page down here. We can do, actually, we can do long sales page, video sales page, whatever makes sense for you. Like if you have a video sales letter, if you have a long form sales page, whatever you want to do, but I would probably choose something like this.
Most of you guys, if you're, just building your first funnel and this is for an affiliate product, then you wouldn't need to worry about this part. You would just send them straight to the affiliate product sales page.
Mm-hmm. Let's choose this one if you wanted to use a funnel, right? This is a good one. Launch builder. Weight loss sales page. And you put it in your category. And again, all these are templated. Like the hardest parts are done for you. Worrying about like, how should I make it look? Like these designs, you can very easily use these designs. They're designed for you to use, right? So again, we would change the font to what we want. We'd change, we're using Roboto as our font. Roboto, make it not bold. Say, easy.
Maybe make it purple instead of pink.
Yep. So again, we have our little color dropper right here. Background color, change it. Boom. Just changes the whole page right away. It's crazy. You can have a little sales video here. You can have some testimonials here. You change this to your colors. Change. Have your testimonials here. Change those colors. Put your 100% money, whatever your guarantee is here. Change all the colors of the icon. Change this to Roboto. Ooh. Whoa. 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 Easy. Change this color to purple.
Ooh, nice zoom in.
Yeah, I didn't even know how to do that. Caught me by surprise. It's more colors over here. We just transformed this page in a matter of minutes here. Whoop. Look at that, guys. I mean, this really is not rocket science. You're just changing the things around, changing the colors, changing the font, making it congruent for your brand.
Not rocket science.
Not exactly. There you go. Look at that page. Completely transformed, matching our business. Maybe do this one right here. A little text, more colors. Paste it in. There you go. You just write some stuff about your business here. Obviously, this is where copy comes into play for sure. You can hire a copywriter to do this for you if you don't want to do the copy, by the way. But I just change all these texts to make sure the fonts are congruent. You can list the features of your products here. I mean, it's just so easy to crush online with something like this. Does anyone have any questions, guys? When I type a work, my image library does not work. Charlton, try saving the page and refreshing it. Sometimes you have to do that.
Classic. Classic tech solution.
Classic. Steven, do you want to say anything about this? I'm pretty much.
Well, it's just you might feel as though it needs to be more difficult, or it needs to be tougher, or just like it needs to be a hassle. But in reality, the softwares that we are able to use now in 2018 and beyond are just insane for what they can do. So it doesn't need to be hard. It just needs to be congruent. So if you can nail the congruency, and guys, it takes practice. It's not just something that you know all of a sudden overnight. The way that I'm able to speak about this stuff, I could do it if I was nearly incapacitated, because I don't have to think, because it's just natural to me, because I've been doing it for years. If you're just starting this, maybe you're not at that level yet, and that's okay. But everybody starts somewhere, and you just gotta basically realize that and just understand, look, okay, I get that. Now I just need to work on it, understand, okay, congruency, no confusion. The opposite of congruence is confusion in the sense of building a funnel. So make sure your funnel is not confusing, it's congruent, it makes sense, you're guiding people in a simple yet graceful way, from understanding that you have something that can help them to potentially getting them to a decision on that said thing. So that's my 2 cents, to be honest.
Perfect. Yeah. So on point. It really doesn't need to be that complicated. Especially with a tool like this, like it just makes things very, very simple. Do you see any questions in the chat box?
No, negative.
Negative. All right, guys. If no questions come up, we're not going to be able to answer anything. So I'm happy to take some more time here and answer your guys' questions. Just put them through. Let us know what you help with, because I don't know. I've done this a million times, so I don't know. Like, this is all second nature, so I don't know what you're struggling with as you go through this, if anything. Wow, do you hear that? That's crazy.
Yeah, it sounded like a motorcycle.
Yeah, crazy. Before we saw a parade going by, and I'm in Guadalajara, Mexico, and there was a giant sombrero on top of a car. It was like a 10-foot sombrero on this car. Definitely in Mexico. No doubt about that. No doubt.
Mexico. All right, well, guys, it has been an amazing hour and 40 minutes and change that we've spent here together, wow. And I hope that you've learned a lot from this.
Has it been that?
Not that difficult.
Wow, that's crazy. Thought I felt a little tired. Yeah, guys, this is it's really not that difficult. After you've got the sales page here, just fill it in with copy. Save. Let me show you how to put it to your, connect it to your other page real quick. Let me show you. Publish live, okay? Then you're gonna go back to your thank you page. So we've just built out this right here, opt-in, PDF video, sales page, okay? Now we're just gonna connect them. And go back. Gonna go to this page right here. Gonna go to edit. Any questions? Here, Garrison, here, this will help you, buddy. So over here, this page right here, the opt-in page, is connected to the PDF video page by the form, okay? You go to My Forms and you connect it through there. You'll see Success page, and then you put this one right here, okay? This page, how this one connects to the sales page, you go to the button. If your sales page is built inside Kartra, you just go to Edit right here, Link to another Kartra page, select category, whatever category it was in, then you select the weight loss sales page, save. Okay? So then you go to save. If not, you go to custom URL. If you're selling like an affiliate product or something like that. Actions, publish. Now watch what happens. I'll show you from the start actually, because these are all now connected, okay? This is my opt-in page right here. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. This is my opt-in page. I opt in. It's taken to this page right here. Pew. Okay, I watch the video. Yes, I want to buy the smoothie. I click this link. Takes me to the sales page. Simple as that. Now, in order for someone to actually buy, you have to hook up a payment processor like Stripe. There's also some other things you want to do, like when people get added to your email list, you want to add them to an email sequence. Obviously, we're not going to have time to do that tonight. We've already been on here a while, but let me show you how you can do that real quick, okay? So you know, because this is not, again, this is not rocket science. You guys are smart. Figure this stuff out. I want to make this training so you can see like the higher level stuff and kind of tying it all together. Look at that. We made these pages in under 2 hours. Go to My Campaigns. You're going to create a new list. So I would call it weight loss. And public description is like why someone's reading why they're on this list. You are on this list because you wanted more info on weight loss or losing weight, I would say. Next. Boom, your list is created. Awesome. You can go to campaigns. You can create sequences. You can create another sequences. Like look at this right here. Funnel workshop. This is what got you guys here. All I did to create the sequence was I created a one email sequence that when you opted into my page for the opt-in, like to register for the workshop, you got sent an email saying, hey, here's the details about the thing. It's Sunday, blah, blah, blah. And that was just an automatic trigger. So you can create a sequence really easily. Just go to create sequence, weight loss. Oh God, wait. Okay, and then you go to send email. Sorry, I'm going fast, guys. I'm definitely losing steam here. I didn't realize how much this takes out of you. Weight loss. I need a nap. You can, Kartra, so the cool thing about Kartra too is it's also an email autoresponder. So if you have another email autoresponder right now, you can cancel that. You can actually use Kartra. So you can hold up to 2,500 leads in there, which is awesome because we were paying like $80 a month for active campaign and then paying for Kartra, but now we just have one tool that we use. So you don't need to spend extra money. So you can send straight from Kartra. And then you go to next, recipients, anyone reaching this step is what I would choose. Add, next. You can do a split test if you want, but for now I'll just do one email because I am not here. So here's your free PDF. and then you write some content, blah, 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 and then you link to this page right here. So I would say like, here's the link to your free PDF on weight loss. Click here. And then you highlight this text. You go to this little link right here. Paste in the link to your thank you page. Boop. You go next. Create. Done. Starting rules is anyone who reaches this opt-in form, weight loss, the opt-in form you just created, add, save, bring it over here, connect them with the arrow, active, done, okay? So if you guys want to see this in real life, check this out. Can I put a link in there, Steven? No?
No.
No, good.
No, unfortunately.
I want you guys to see this.
Wrong.
Okay, well basically if you were to get this link right here, now what would happen is when you put in your name and email, sign up, I myself would get an email. Let me see if I can, I'm gonna get an email from myself basically, that little email that I just created, okay? So now when I click this, go to sales page, and that's it, guys. I really hope you guys got a lot of value from this. We've just built out this entire thing right here, and now we've got a little email sequence in there. Now you can do things like this. You can get real crazy. I don't want to overwhelm you, but I want to show you what you can do in terms of automation. Steve and I have like 4 versions of our opt-in page. We have our value page here and a sales page. And then each day we have a sequence of 7-day sequence. And each day has 4 split tests of the emails. So Kartra is really cool too, because for the opt-in page and for the emails, you can do up to 4 split tests for each one. So that means the reason you want to do split tests is so you can see which one is converting better, right? Because if you just have one opt-in page, it might be converting at, let's say 20%, right? If it's your first time, maybe a little bit less. But if you have 4 different versions of the opt-in page, what you're going to see is, let me show you actually. I can show you right now. All you need to do is go to split test, and you'll be able to add a split test, okay? So one of these was, where's our other split test? This one isn't.
Probably in here.
Oh, I know. Let me show you how to create the split test really quick, guys. If you want to split test your opt-in page here, right? All I would change is the headline. I'd clone this page, clone. I would call it opt-in VB, version B. And then I would change the headline to another headline. Another good template you can use is if you're just starting out, how to yay without boo is really good. It's really, really good. So how to lose weight without eating foods you hate. That rhymes.
It's like a little rhyme.
Look at that. Who would not think? Any questions, by the way, guys? Any?
How do you protect yourself legally in the copyright section?
Good question. Okay, so you need to go into Google and find copyright, privacy, and terms and conditions. Or no, you just need privacy and terms of conditions templates. Then you can put those. Go to components here. No, sorry, not components. Sections, footers, and then pick any one of these footers that looks good for your brand. This one would probably look good. And then you can, each one of these little things here, you can actually click on, and it will have a link. So say link to another Kartra page. What you can do is you can create a separate Kartra page, put in the terms and conditions template that you found from Google, and just fill it in with your information. I promise it's not hard. Go to Google, type in terms and conditions you would get one of these. Obviously, take the time to find which one makes sense for you, right? And let's say, I don't know, our assistant did this for us, so let's just say this is it, right? This text right here is a terms and conditions page, right? I'm just going to copy all this. You would then go to Kartra. Create a new page. Actually, let me show you ours, actually, so you can see. Ours are similar. I don't know. Our assistant Colleen did it for us. Anyway, you just create like a new page. Really, really simple. Blank. Call it terms. And then all I would do is just put in the text. So go to sections, empty section, empty block, and go to components, column, 100%. Then go to text, drag it in, then go ahead and paste in that text, just like that, okay? So you'd have your terms in here, you'd go in and you'd edit what makes sense because they'll have like little templates in there. You save this, you publish it, then you go ahead to all the pages where you have the footer, basically all your pages, right? So here, let's say. And then you would go to the bottom with the links. Oops, footers. Choose this one for me. Then you'd go here, so like privacy policy.
Yeah, Shelton, you do have to add in your name. So you could do that actually in the actual text there. So like that's you could do that inside Kartra. You don't have to do it inside the Word document or anything.
Mm-hmm. You go to link to another Kartra page, select category, no category, and terms. And then you go to open in a new tab. Boom. You go to save. Go to publish live. And now look what happens. Boom. Easy. Super simple, guys. Super, super simple. All right, guys. That is basically everything. Does anyone have any questions on anything? Anything at all? Anything at all?
Good stuff, guys.
Anything you want to add?
A good bit of you stayed for the whole 2 hours. Really stoked for you, for basically because you're obviously going to crush it because you're committed. So good stuff. Garrison asks, how does an online viewer see a Kartra-based website? Just preview the site yourself, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah, the way you're seeing it on my screen right now is how a random person on the internet would see that page.
No, they don't. So Garrison's asking, do they have to Google Kartra? No, they have to just have your link to your actual page.
That's driving traffic. That's a whole nother topic.
All right. Well, this has been amazing. I think this is really a ton of progress that we just made. And I really hope that you guys took a lot from this. Rewatch this back, take notes, but overall just implement. Post in the group your progress, and just overall great time here, I think.
Hope this helped, guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys. See you guys next time. See you in the group.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Peace.